Stocks in Asian markets tumbled on Wednesday as investors continue to watch for developments around government stimulus with the coronavirus continuing to spread. Concerns surrounding the global coronavirus outbreak have sent markets on a roller coaster ride in recent days. The disease has infected at least 113,851 and taken more than 4,000 lives so far, according to the latest figures from the World Health Organization. In Australia, the S&P ASX 200 dropped 3.6%. South Korean stocks were also among the biggest losers among major markets regionally, with the Kospi plunging 2.78%. Shares in Japan also fell on the day as the Nikkei 225 slipped 2.2227%. Mainland Chinese stocks slipped by the close as well, with the Shanghai Composite 0.94% lower. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng Index was 0.75% lower. Overall, the MSCI Asia ex-Japan fell 1.14%. European markets closed lower on Wednesday, reversing course as investors closely monitored the spread of the coronavirus. Cases in Italy surpassed 10,000, with deaths spiking to 631 as the Italian government implemented strict measures to secure a nationwide lockdown of the country's 60 million inhabitants. The Pan-European Stock 600 closed down 0.7%, having been up more than 2% earlier in the day. The Bank of England on Wednesday morning announced an emergency cut to interest rates in an attempt to limit the economic impact from the new coronavirus. The central bank lowered its main interest rate from 0.75% to 0.25%. In the U.S., the Dow dropped by 1,464 points on Wednesday, in large part thanks to the outsized losses in planemaker Boeing, which fell 18.15% and suffered its worst day on Wall Street since 1974. The stock is down more than 50% over the last 6 months. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite were down 4.89% and 4.7% respectively. Furthermore, futures contracts tied to the major U.S. stock indexes fell early Thursday after an address by President Donald Trump failed to quell concerns over the possible economic slowdown from the coronavirus. Trump announced that travel to more than 24 European countries to the United States will be suspended for 30 days. The president has also canceled his events in Colorado and Nevada this week. Markets in Asia were all trading sharply lower Thursday morning following Trump's announcement. Japan's Nikkei 225 fell 4.5%, Hong Kong's Handex Index fell 3.8% and is approaching bear market territory. Australia's S&P ASX 200, which entered a bear market on Wednesday, sank 6.15%. The Shanghai Composite Index fell 1.3%, and South Korea's Kospi Index was down 5%. Elsewhere, BOJ's Kuroda said that discussed financial market moves with Japan Prime Minister Abe. South Korea reported 114 new cases of coronavirus and 6 more deaths on Thursday. Meanwhile, Hubei province is to resume production and ease travel restrictions for 4 regions. In currencies, the majors have stabilized, with volatility gradually declining since the start of the week. The euro-US dollar settled around 1.13 after failed bullish attempts. The pound sterling US dollar got back below 1.29 following a rejection from the key moving averages, while the USD Japanese yen extended losses to 103.00 early on Thursday but bounced back and recovered partially. Meanwhile, Brent crude struggled to reach the $40 figure on Wednesday and resumed the decline, extending its losses to the $33.30 area. The market remains depressed after OPEC's failure to strike a deal with its allies and also amid further spread in coronavirus around the globe. As such, downside risks continue to persist in the market. That is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please click subscribe to always be in touch with the latest market news.